Hey guys, and welcome to the Hackinons YouTube channel. In this video, we will try to understand the purpose of the self keyword present in our classes. When we're working with classes and object, we make use of the class keyword present in Python. So here's a simple code of a class, and let me run through what I've created in it. So the class is a student class and it's got its init method that simply gets initialized when a class is called, and at the initializing method we are assigning the name of a student as well as the student's age. And what we are doing is we are creating a method that says print name, which will simply print the person's name, that is the student's name, and the student's age. So what I've done is I've created a variable called as student1, and then I'm calling the class student and providing two arguments. One is the name argument, which is got a name of a data type string, and the other data type is integer, and I simply call the function on the object. And let's see what happens. So when I run this code, it simply prints the person's name as well as the student's age. But now, have you ever thought of thinking about this self keyword? So let's try to understand why is importance thrown on the self keyword. So let's try to understand that. So basically, when we are working with classes, we are trying to work with an instance of an object. So for example, when I create this student1 object, we are compulsorily working with the attributes and methods for the student1. So let's say if I have another student2, the data type of the student2 and student1 should be different. They should not come together in any possible manner. So what happens is when we call any methods or the initializing methods, we are saying we are passing an argument of self. So for example, for the student1, let's try to think of this method where student1 is called as its self argument. So here, instead of self, when we call the method, it will say student1, and everywhere wherever the self argument is being mentioned, it will be pointed to the variable of the object. So the object right now is student1. So what happens is the program executes as this way. It says student1.age and student1.name. So wherever the self argument is present, we can try to understand that it is pointing to the methods of that current object. So now I will try to change it back again to self, because I want to use this class on all the possible objects rather not only on a single student. So I'll change that to self. And what happens is if I create another student, student underscore 2, and I'll give the student object call, and let's give it a name called as Jack, and the student's name is age is 20 years. So now when we call any method of the student, the self will be passed as the student2 variable, that is the object created. So let me run this function, student.printName, run this, and as you can see in the print statement, name is Jack and age is 20, which is present. So using these self arguments, there is a method created where the two objects will have its own attributes and own methods. So that is why we employ and focus on using these types of argument calls. Also, using self argument tells a class that is a self method while it is not a class method. So these methods will be called on the object's reference. So I hope you've understood what is the exact method and reason to why we make use of the self argument. If you have any doubts, drop them down in the comment section and we'll surely help you out with them. And if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the Hackinons YouTube channel. And we'll be back soon with more fun and interesting videos.